Hey everyone, thank you for watching. Today's video is going to be a new Will I Buy It. I post my Will I Buy It videos every single Wednesday where I'm chatting about some new makeup releases and launches, letting you know a little bit about them, and then also talking over if I'm going to pick them up or pass over them. As always, I have a lot to chat about this week, so why don't we go ahead and get started. Alright, I want to say I woke up with my eyes like super swollen. I was trying out some new products the other day and I woke up with eyes like super swollen, so I wasn't really able to do anything with my eye makeup today, but I was like, let's just throw in a purple lip and call it a day. So yeah, if you notice that my eyes are looking a little crazy, I think I'm having some sort of reaction to some makeup I was testing out, which is a bummer. But anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there. But the first item that I want to chat about, I was getting some tags on a new collection from Ofra. So they have a new collection for Valentine's Day. I'm reading off the Eternal Moon 1 Instagram page, so I will have her Instagram linked in my description box. So they have a Feelin' Myself highlight palette, which has Rodeo Drive, Blissful, and then they also have a new shade called Pillow Talk. So you get 3 different shades in there for $35. You can also get the Pillow Talk single highlight. It says it's a glow topper in a soft pearl pink decadence for $35. It's $35 for the single highlight and $35 for the highlight palette. Okay. Alrighty. And then they also have new liquid lipstick trio. This is called Me, Myself, and I with Mina Unzipped and a new shade in Santa Ana, and that's $50 for the 3 lipsticks. And then also their Peptide Brightening Mask of the pink edition. It says it gives the skin the ultimate beauty boost, relaxation, cooling, and oil absorbing, and it's $19. It says will be available January 30th at 1 p.m. EST on their website, and there also is Ofra codes. I know a lot of people have an Ofra code. I myself do not have one, but there are a lot out there if you do purchase directly from the Ofra website. I didn't see if it will be on Ulta, but Ofra is also sold on Ulta as well. So any links that I have will be in the description box, of course. Okay, so first up, the highlight palette. Well, the highlight palette has Rodeo Drive and Blissful in there, and I have both of those highlights. So to buy the highlight palette for me wouldn't make sense. It's $35, so I would go ahead and pass over the palette. But then they also have the new single highlight in Pillow Talk, which is $35 by itself. And I've been seeing people getting the collection in PR and doing the swatches, and I'm really feeling on the way that this highlight looks, because it does have that pink shift to it, and I think it's really pretty, and it's kind of what I've been reaching for lately. I have straight gold on today, but I've been reaching for my pink highlights as of lately. And so when I saw the swatches coming in of it, I was like, you're pretty. $35 is definitely expensive. I think on the Ofra website, I think people have codes for 30% off, I want to say it is. And then, you know, if you purchase from the Ulta website, Ulta has their 20% coupon at this time. And it does include prestige brands and all of that. I wish they were just a little bit cheaper. I do have a lot of Ofra highlights. I have Blissful, I have Rodeo Drive, I'm pretty sure I have another one. I have one from the Nikki Tutorials collaboration as well, and they are nice. They are blinding. Like, if you want a subtle highlight, I do not recommend Ofra highlights because they are very insane, very intense highlights. So I am super attracted to the Pillow Talk, but especially right now with everything that's going on. If you guys missed last week's Will I Buy It video, I did throw out in there that my husband actually lost his job 2 weeks ago, a week ago, or something like that. And we're still kind of like up in the air with what we're doing, so I can't really just be like, money, 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 you know what I'm saying? So I have to be a little bit more careful about my makeup purchases right now, and unless I have like a fantastic deal or a gift card or something like that, I'm really not going to be making a ton of makeup purchases right now. But if I did, I think that I would buy Pillow Talk, because especially as I was seeing people swatch it on their Snapchat and such, I was like, that looks like just a Samantha highlight that I want in my life right now, and I know Ofra highlights are really good. So I wouldn't do the palette because it wouldn't make sense for me, but if you haven't tried the Ofra palette, you know, I think the highlights in there are just a little bit smaller, and you could try 3 of them for the $35, but they have amazing highlights. And if I could right now, I would buy the Pillow Talk highlight because it looks really gorgeous, but $35 is going to be a little bit out there for me right now. They also have a new liquid lipstick trio. It's $50 for the 3 shades, and they look pretty dark. This is a Valentine's Day collection, so they just look to be, there's like a red in there, maybe like a deeper pink, and then a more vampy color as well. So kind of like your Valentine's Day colors, but not necessarily my tones, as I'm wearing purple lipstick today. But you know, sometimes you have those days where you have to switch it up a little bit, especially when you can't really do anything with your eye makeup. but they're not necessarily like super my tones, so I wouldn't necessarily want to buy a trio of it. Definitely sometimes it makes sense for me to buy a set or a collection, but then sometimes it just makes more sense to just buy the one shade that I really prefer. And there's not a shade in here that I'm like, yes, absolutely super need that one. So I'm gonna pass over it, but I will say that I love the Ofra liquid lipstick formula. I have a lot of them and I really enjoy them. Maybe if this was like a nude set, I might be into it a little bit more, but because they're the deeper, darker colors that I don't wear super often, I know, especially with right now, that I can go ahead and say no to it, but I do really like their liquid lipsticks. And they also have the Peptide Brightening Mask. You know, I haven't tried much of the Ofra skincare. I'd love to know if you guys have. I feel like I've been hearing about it more and more lately, but I've never tried any for myself, except I have tried their coffee scrub, which is more like body care versus like just skincare face, you know what I'm saying? I have tried that and I like that one, but other than that, I haven't really tried anything else of the Ofra skincare, so I can't really say on that one. I am going to pass over it for right now. I do have a ton of skincare. I've gotten some pretty cool PR packages as of lately, and skincare is kind of one of my weaknesses. I buy it anyways, even if I have a lot of it. I just really enjoy skincare, but I know that I have quite a few products that I want to be trying and reviewing, and then I just have like my staples that I love so much, so I don't necessarily need more skincare in my life at this moment, so I'm gonna pass over that. But if you guys have feedback on the Ofra skincare, if there's something that you love and you've tried and you would recommend, let us know. But definitely out of the Ofra collection, the one that caught my attention the most was the Pillow Talk Highlight, but for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and pass over everything, but I'd love to know if you are eyeing anything from this collection, if you're hoping maybe it'll come to Ulta, if you were purchased it off the Ofra website, I would love to know. Marc Jacobs Beauty, or Marc Beauty, is coming out with a new foundation. I was getting a lot of tags on this one, and I was thinking maybe it's because I enjoy Marc Jacobs Beauty so much. I have so many products that I really enjoy and like recommend hardcore, especially the highliners, and the majority of the lip products that I try from Marc Jacobs Beauty I really like. So I got a lot of tags on this foundation. Let's see here. It says it is Shameless Youthful Look 24-Hour Long Wear Foundation with SPF 25. It says medium buildable coverage, a flashback free SPF, and exceptional hydration. It's 29 shades. It says it's oil free. It says it's self-setting, which means you get a fresh, natural finish that lasts all day. This is a lot of claims for a foundation. Holy Toledo. Let's see, it's going to be $49, and it says it'll be available February 9th. Okay, so I will say, I like a lot from Marc Jacobs Beauty, like I said. A lot of the products. The one thing that I have tried from Marc Jacobs Beauty and just despised was a foundation. It was the Remarkable foundation, I believe is what it was called. So many people were raving about it, and I ended up getting a sample of it and just hated it. I think this was a while ago, but I actually think that I tried it out on camera and like I wanted to cry because I was like, my skin looks so terrible. It was so full coverage, but like the worst type of full coverage on me. And honestly, maybe that foundation is the one that like scarred me from full coverage foundations, because I felt like after that I was like, I'm just not compatible with full coverage foundations. I don't know what that foundation did to me, but I looked terrible and I just did not like it at all. And so that being said, when I see a foundation, I'm like, oh, I'm not 100% on this. But what's really interesting to me, so it says it's a long wear foundation. That typically means it's going to be more full coverage, but it says it has exceptional hydration. So I'm like, I don't know, because I need exceptional hydration in my life right now. I'm pretty dry at this moment. So then I'm kind of like, what do I do? Do I try it? I will also say I'll try to insert the best photo in here as always, but I don't really love what the actual product looks like. It's like a squeeze. It looks like a squeeze tube, and I don't know if I really love that for foundations. I don't know. I guess I would just kind of prefer maybe something with a pump. But $49, I mean, usually I try to cut myself around $50 for foundations. I'm kind of interested in trying it out, but there's something holding me back, and I think it's the Remarkable foundation. I don't know. Maybe I should just stick with the Marc Jacobs products that I know that I love. I think this would be one, especially because of what I'm dealing with at this moment. I think this is going to be one that I'm going to keep my eye on. Like, I'm going to watch it, but I'm going to wait for the reviews to come in and see what people say. And if people make comments about it being like, you know, just like the overly full coverage, or you know the terms that they're gonna use, I'm gonna pass over it. But if they say like, oh, it's super comfortable or it's exceptionally hydrating, then maybe I'll go for it and give it a shot. Because I like foundations, I like trying out foundations, I like Marc Jacobs Beauty overall. Foundation wise just has me well, then it says medium buildable coverage. I don't know. And then I'm almost kind of like, I feel like there's just so many claims about this foundation, like how can they all be true? Verdict is, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna see the reviews, I'm gonna wait for people to tell me I absolutely need this foundation, and then I'll consider it, or I'll wait till people tell me, girl, you don't need it, and then I think I'll be fine not having it in my life. What do you think? Do you think that's too many claims for a foundation? Are you someone who loved the Remarkable? Because I know a lot of people did. And are you thinking about picking up this foundation? Let me know. Got a bunch of tags on this new palette from Too Faced, or it's not really a new palette, it's a revamped palette from Too Faced. So let me pull it up here. So the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette, it looks like it's going to be getting a makeover. So I'll try to post a photo on here that has like the older one and then what the newer one looks like. So basically it's getting a makeover. So it's a revamped packaging and all of that. And the actual shades have like a lace texture inside, which is interesting. And I think I saw Liv post about this on Instagram, and she said it looked like a tree branch fell into the shades, which, not gonna lie, that gave me a good chuckle. It says it also has a new formula, and it's now infused with cocoa butter for a rich and creamy color that lasts and lasts. So what do I think about it? It also says that it's coming this summer of 2018. I'm like, why are we already like, Too Faced is one of those brands that tells me what's coming out in 8 months, and I'm like, I don't care what's coming out in the next 3 years. Tell me what you have coming out right now. That's what I want to know about. I don't get the marketing on that one, because then it's like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, people are tagging me on it and they want me to talk about it. I'm like, well, it's not coming out till summer, so maybe I should wait. But then by the time it comes out, I don't know. It's just weird. But I got so many tags, I thought I would talk about it. You guys know I used to be on a no-buy from Too Faced because I wasn't really feeling a bunch of things that they were doing. I have since lifted my no-buy, so that's why I talk about them more in my Will I Buy It videos, but I haven't bought anything because nothing has like pulled me enough to do it. There's been a few products that has made me pretty close, but so far I haven't, but I'm not like, my no-buy has been lifted, so I'll say that. But I don't see a price or anything like that, but just what do I think about this revamping in general, I think is what people wanted to know about. And I want to say that I get it. At the same time, I'm like, I don't know if I really get it. And then I don't really understand the lace texture in there as well. I'm not sure. That doesn't really do anything for me. I can leave that as well. The new formula, like, okay, I get it, but I wouldn't need this palette in my life. You know, it's the natural matte palette, so you have all matte shades. They tend to be pretty neutral. Like, I have that, and I have a lot of it, and it's nothing that called to me. I saw it and just kind of was like, well, okay. I mean, nothing about it drew it to me, and not even just because it's Too Faced. Like I said, I'll buy from them if something catches my attention, but like their peachy matte palette would call my attention over this palette. So I don't know, but I would like to know your guys' thought. Like, what do you think about the makeup companies repackaging things like this? Because I feel like more and more, like, we're seeing that so much with brands, and it's something that's kind of like been pushing me off for sure, that we're just kind of like repackaging this, and like we're taking old shades but putting them into one palette and then selling it. I don't know, it kind of like feeds into the overwhelmingness of how much makeup releases there are and such, and then when you actually stop and think about it, you're like, oh, I have 4 of those shades somewhere else, and now I just bought a palette with 6 shades, but I already have 4 of them. I'm like, shoot, what did I just do wrong? Because I've done that before. I've done that. I'm guilty of it right here. I am. So I don't know. I would like to know what you guys think, or are you okay with it? Or are you just like, nah, I'd rather see something new? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. But for me, it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm not mad. I don't hate it. I'm not like, rawr. But I'm just kind of like, meh. Alrighty, and then I'm pretty sure I didn't talk about Colourpop last week, which means gotta talk about Colourpop this week. The people are gonna get upset. So this week, we are talking about the Colourpop Lux Lipsticks. They have 24 shades. They're a creamy matte finish. It says they're going to be $7 each. On the Colourpop website, it says the PR box will also be available for purchase. I've seen Colourpop do this before. I personally think that's a little strange, but that's totally fine, because they charge you more money basically for a box, and I'm like, That's interesting. And they are launching on January 31st. What do I think about these? First of all, I don't know what I thought of the $7. And I know this might sound really bad because $7 for a lipstick is not that bad. But the Colourpop Ultra Mattes and like Ultra Satins are, what, $6? So when I saw that they were coming out with the more regular lipstick formula, I was like, oh, they'll probably be like $5 or $6. And then they said $7 and I was like, is it because you put the word luxe in there? You guys ever get the feeling that makeup companies like slap the word luxury on there and then they're like, charge an extra $1 for it? Like sometimes that's how I feel. So I don't know, that was my first thought. But $7 for a lipstick still is not bad. It's still Colourpop affordable, which is fantastic. And the packaging definitely does look very pretty. It does look more luxurious, if you will. It's 24 shades with a creamy matte finish. Sometimes I get creamy matte. That doesn't always work out, and sometimes with matte lipsticks I don't love them as much, like the Anastasia like regular lipstick formula I really don't like because it's a matte formula and it's like the opposite of creamy. When I try to put them on, it's just it's not good. So it makes me wonder, will this be actually more creamy or will it be matte? So I don't really know if I would love the formula. And for me personally, I feel like if I want like a creamy lipstick, I want a creamy lipstick. If I want a matte lipstick, I'm doing a liquid lipstick. That's kind of how I am. Like I don't need my creamy lipstick to be matte because I'm just finding as I'm trying out more and more, it's just simply not my preference. So when I kind of thought that through for a second, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I would actually really love these ones, just based on other lipsticks that I've tried in the past that are kind of like it. But, you know, $7 isn't bad, and they have a ton of different shades, the 24 different shades. So I like the packaging and all of that, but I'm gonna skip over it. I have made a couple Colourpop purchases in the past here. I've got a couple palettes from them. I did purchase a lip product from them, and I kind of go in waves with Colourpop, where like I buy a lot or I buy multiple orders, and then I just like kind of scale back. And like right now, I'm kind of scaled back because I just made my previous orders. I'm interested, but just not interested enough, even though it is a little bit more affordable. I just don't think I need it right now. I'd love to know your thoughts as well. What do you think about the whole luxury thing? Do you feel that with other brands as well, or is that just a me thing? Were you super excited when you saw this? You love everything like Colourpop or Colourpop lips and you just absolutely have to try it out. I definitely wanted to include some Colourpop in here because when I didn't last week, people in the comments were like, hey, Colourpop has all of these new releases. Why are you not talking about them? And I said, sorry. Next week. But after the Colourpop Lux Lipsticks, that is going to do it for this week's Will I Buy It video. Okay, so that is everything for this week's Will I Buy It video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video or found it helpful or entertaining in some way. Again, sorry if it looked like my eyes weren't fully open today. As always, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about all the products that I mentioned, what has your attention, what you're passing over, and then also what you would like to see featured in next week's Will I Buy It video. And as always, if you guys did enjoy this one, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video.